Chloe, so what were some of your feelings that you had when you finished your exams?
Well, the moment I walked out of my last exam room, I was extremely happy and also really stressed about results day, to be honest. It was really stressful.
There's quite a conflict, the happiness of finishing, but then the stress of, I guess, the waiting of what the results might be.
Yeah, very stressed about that.
Yeah. Hannah, what was it like for you?
Yeah, I mean, there was this obvious big relief because, the big part, the thing that you can impact has happened, and, once coming out that, you're like, it's done now. So there was that relief that I finally finished it, but yeah, it is the kind of worry that you get after it, and you're left with that looming fear, like, what if I didn't do how I wanted to do?
And I suppose one of the issues with results day is that you don't have the time of waiting in that, of not knowing if you did enough, etc. I guess what would you say to someone who was in that position, in the waiting at the moment? So Chloe's in the position of waiting for finishing your GCSEs, you finished your exams a while ago, so what would you say?
It's really important to try and distract yourself with things that make you happy. If you focus on the past, you're going to dwell over the bits that you didn't do or a question that you might have answered differently now, but by taking each day as it comes and enjoying your day, and even if it's just spending time with family or going and seeing a friend or having a nice walk, taking your time to do things that will bring you joy is a really nice way to get the time passed nice and easy, and you're not sat there kind of waiting for the day. You're not dreading it and thinking about it all the time, because you're filling your days with more enjoyment.
Yeah.
Would you add anything to that?
I mean, after my exams, me and my friends, we all organised a party, because our last exam, we all agreed, was very horrible, so did the cohort as well. Worst exam of them all. But a party after the last exam was a massive de-stressor.
Yeah, it sounds like a nice way to sort of close it up.
It's really good as well, because you're celebrating the fact that the exam is over. You're celebrating that you've done the hard bit, and instead of worrying about the result, you're celebrating the fact that you've done it, and you're celebrating the end of the exam instead of the result, which is a really nice way to think about it.
Yeah.
It's important to celebrate the effort that was put in. It's a combination of maybe 5 years, 7 years of work. It's important to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
So we spoke about, I guess, the importance in acknowledging the effort that's been made up until completing your exams. And now we know, now we finished the exams, there's nothing really we can do about results. Can't change the results. So what would you suggest, or what's been helpful for you in terms of managing the feelings of waiting or the impact of the exams?
I've been trying to see my friends, obviously friends who are going through the same thing as me, so year 11s and year 13s waiting for their results. It's quite fun hanging out with them, because they're also stressed and they kind of understand that I'm also stressed as well. I've been doing quite a lot of sports like football, basketball, going to the gym, lifting, CrossFit and all. That's really helped me keep calm. Listening to music and Netflix, honestly.
Anything you've been watching on Netflix?
Emily in Paris, that's funny.
Well, there's one suggestion.
Yeah, Ginny and Georgia.
They're not ones I'm familiar with, but it is bringing you joy.
Yeah.
I think that's what matters in this. And Hannah, what about you in terms of, can't change the results, but what are the things that are helpful for you or that you suggest to others in terms of managing the feelings?
I found that it was helpful to create a plan B, so something that I was equally as excited about. So at the time I knew I wanted to do my A-levels. However, if I didn't get the grades towards that, I thought it'd be important to give myself a second option, something that would also excite me and would fulfill me and make me feel like I'm doing something that I want to be doing, but I don't necessarily have to have the grades from whatever GCSEs I did. So, I was looking at doing a completely different course if I didn't get the grades that I wanted to carry on with my exams. However you choose to move on from your GCSEs or your A-levels, it might be a BTEC, it might be a foundation year at uni, it might be an internship or straight into the world of work. I think, if you're relying on these grades, it's a good thing to think about, what else can you do if this doesn't work out how you want it to be, and be excited about that as well. Look forward to the change and the different possibilities that could bring.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I remember my A-level results. I was saying earlier that I got a mark off the grade needed to go do maths and economics. I'm now a therapist, so something changed along the line of what I wanted to do. And sometimes not getting as thing as you want offers an opportunity. So it's helpful in those cases to have another plan or thinking about what else might interest you, as you're saying. And then sort of what you were saying, Chloe, made me think of the 5 ways of well-being, something that's promoted by the NHS, the relationship element and connection, which you're trying to do, spending time with your friends, the exercise side, and then sort of the other parts of learning a new skill, sort of giving or volunteering, and then this idea of mindfulness as well, just trying to be present in the moment, which, for me happens when I'm outdoors best.